today's video. Today we are going to build a weather app, and depending on your location you will see the current temperature and the weather, and also you will get the option of how to search the weather of a specific city. And we will implement API and location services, and also we will use Google location, and also we will create so many interesting things in this tutorial. So I hope you enjoy this video, and if you like it, please subscribe, and also please go to my GitHub account if you don't understand anything in this video, or you can always ask me in the comments. And also I hope today's voice is better than my previous video, because I'm using a very good microphone, and if there is a noise in the background, I think maybe it's because of the rain. So yeah, let's start. Okay, and I'm going to name this today weather. Let's name that. And one thing to note, if I'm not wrong, this app will work on your Android phone, but not sure if it will work on the emulator, because this app needs to access your location. So yeah, so this app needs to access your location, and sometime your laptop is blocking the location, or it's not enabled. So that is why the emulator in the Android Studio might have some trouble displaying the correct weather. So there are so many details in this video, so pay attention, and I have taken some notes and I will use that. So first of all, like, to create the layout, I have already created a layout in my previous project, so I will copy paste, but I will also explain you as we start working on this. So first of all, let me just go to my script for today. Yeah, let's go to our manifest file, and I'll tell you once I paste it there in our manifest. So yeah, here we are, and to here we will add the suppress. So what this is doing is it's like allowing you the internet access to your app, and this is like find location and coerce location. This is related to your location. Sometimes the app is taking location from the Wi-Fi, and sometimes the app is taking location from the GPS. So you should have both of these. And then we will go to our Gradle, the build.gradle, and we will add some dependencies. And yeah, where are my notes? So yeah, this is something that is very important. And also I need one more dependencies. Maybe I have to Google for that, for the location. Yeah, we have to access Google Play service, and here just search location, and this will give us the latest version. So please do Google location and activity recognition. So what this is going to help us is, like, this will help us to fetch the location from Google. And let me just copy paste it here. Yeah, let's sync it. And now we will go to our string, where first of all we have to enable our Android X, because these dependencies are using Android X framework. So here I am, and I'll true Android enable Jettifier. Just leave that. I think we don't need this. What's up with that? Okay, I think I mispronounced it. Yeah, we cannot add this semicolon here, and now it should work. So yeah, it's working, and we will go to our strings, because first of all I want to tell you a little bit, because we are using an API. So if you want API of your own, you can go to this website and register, and current weather data is free. So I will not go into details of it, how to get it, because this is something that you should search for on your own. But if you can't seem to make it work, then you feel free to copy paste my API that I have, because each API is unique, so it has a key for it. And yeah, so an API is something that is going to give you a JSON response. So yeah, it will display the data that you are going to fetch from the server. And I have made so many videos on APIs, like what is API and how to read it and how to view it, but in this I'm not going to touch on that. So please take a look to my previous videos, such as coronavirus app, or some other videos like news app that I have made. So yeah, so we will go back to our project, and here I'm going to paste our API key. It's a unique pattern of alphabets and characters. uh, yeah, so here is it. I'm going to copy paste it here. Here we have our API key. And as for the colors, because for the different temperature, it's up to us. This is not necessary, but it's up to us. If you want, if it's cold, then you want a certain color. If it's like 5 centigrade, then you want a different color for your text that is displaying your temperature. Yeah, I think we are pretty much done here, and we will jump right into our main activity, and where I have already created that layout. So meanwhile I paste it, I will explain it to you that what did I do there. So yes, we will just take it from here, and okay, yes, and we are here. Yeah, we need to add the dependency of material design in order for our floating button to work, because this button we are creating for refreshing is something cool, a cool feature that you could implement in your app. And also, yeah, one more thing, we have to add some assets in our drawable, the pictures. And yeah, so I'm going to go to my drawable first, and I'll come back to this red text later. Yeah, here is it. And yeah, you can go to my GitHub. Over there I will provide these uh, all of these images. You can find it in my GitHub. And yeah, so here it's why Oh, that is showing me. Okay, yeah. And so I'm not seeing anything, maybe because of some issue here. Yeah, let's continue with our, we will create a new layout, and in this video I will show you how to uh, have two layouts in one activity. For that I will just copy paste my old, don't worry, I will not copy paste my Java code because that is very important, but just to save time I'm like copy pasting the XML layout because this is very easy, anyone can make it. You can, depending on your style or choice or skill, you can, yeah, choose to. So this is here I see this is the style that I am preferring, that I want a cloud image, or maybe it will be a sun or something, and I want the location name, I want the description, and I want the weather to be displayed. So this is a totally separate layout file, but how do I bring it and add it here? Yeah, so since the visibility of this layout is gone, that is why you cannot see it. Yeah, if I do it like that, then you can see it, but when our app launches, I'll teach you how to, if there is no weather data, then it should not be visible, otherwise it will look horrible. So I want to make sure that this is the visibility of it, it's set to gone, and whenever there is a data we can control this in Java. When there is a data to display, then it would automatically be displayed here. So here you can see our floating button for refresh, and this is search, and this is edit text. And what I have done, this is fairly simple, but what might be something new to you, that I am adding a new layout in one layout already. So it's just that like you will create, because I want to, the orientation of this layout, if I go back to visible, it's horizontal. I want it to be shown horizontally, so that is why I have taken it horizontal. And in relative layout there is no orientation, so that is why I have taken linear layout, but my root view is relative, because it will give me an option to place my linear layout anywhere. So that is why I have taken it below the submit button, below the search button. And this attribute is like doing the magic. Just one small line is helping us include our layout. So I'll just set it to gone once again. I hope you understand that. I wish, yeah, so let's just go ahead with our Java code. I think we are all set for our Java code. Yeah, I'll create a new class, current weather data. You can name it whatever you like. Here we will create our string, set the data type of the data that we are going to extract, data types of our values that we want to extract. So first of all, the city name is string, the weather description is string, temperature is an integer, and cloud is an integer. If you're using Mac, press Command N, and if you're using Windows, just right click here and you will see this option. So first of all we will create a constructor. When I was fairly new in Android, now it's been 5 months, I used to manually write all these values, but if you learn some shortcuts it will get better for you. And now let's again get getter methods. We have set these getter methods, or you can manually write it. Now we will create a static method for fetching our data from the server. We'll take string. You can name the string any that you prefer. The reason I'm adding a JSON exception is like, if I don't add this and if there is an error in this, then this is helping us to know if there is an error because of fetching. While we are fetching the response, if there is an error there, then this exception can help us to find that out. Okay, yeah, so let's just get right to it. JSON object, we can name this root, and new JSON object, pass our string in this. Maybe later in the video I'll take you to look how is our JSON response, so you could understand, or maybe I can do that right now as we are at it. So I would have to go to my API first to give you an example like how it's what response how it looks like, and what are we fetching. So yeah, here is it. And so for example, I add here London. So yeah, it's asking for an API key which I didn't put, so this was the key that I was talking about. So let me just look at the pattern of this. If I go to the documentation, yeah, maybe this is good that you get to see how it's what are the examples of. Yeah, so if you are searching the city by city name, London, so these are some parameters like Q stands for query, and app ID should be equal to your API key. Once you register, they will give you that. So let's just paste this API key, and we should be able to see the response, the JSON response. Okay, here we are. You see this? We are looking at the JSON formatter. We can just format it because it will be easier to read. Because it is very important that you learn how to read this. And yeah, so here we can see weather has an array of its own, which includes clouds, the information such as clouds, and it shows the description. Maybe if it's not clouds, then maybe it's rainy, then it will show the description rainy. And these are the constant that the server has used to store value in it. So that is why once you are fetching the JSON response, you cannot change, you cannot misspell these. So yeah, if we go in here, you will see the temperature. I will also show you how to convert the temperature. Okay, yeah, so these are the things that we have to be careful about, that we make sure that we are learning that the square is an array. And yeah, so yeah, if you want to access the clouds and description, then you have to, it's in the weather, so you have to go in there. And yeah, okay, just give me a second. And if we open this main, here we are getting temperature. We wanted to access temperature also. Yeah, since this is a query by name of the city, so here we can say, here we can see that this name of our city. Now I'll show you how can you yeah, so if you are getting, there is another method. Once you are this is for our search view. Okay, once we are searching the weather with the city name, we are using this pattern of our API link. But once we are searching the weather with our latitude and longitude, which is our geographic coordinates, and it depends on your phone and they always change wherever you go. So therefore you cannot hard code. If you hard code the latitude and longitude of your house, then you will only get the weather of that place. But if you want it to happen dynamically through the code automatically, then you have to apply the location methods that we are going to learn today. So yeah, so then we will store those values in strings, and we will, like, every time there will be a new API link generated. So when it comes to city, you are if you want a simple app, you can just hard code your city and you can find the weather. But if you want the search view or edit text view to uh, query the city weather, then it also, like, we will learn both of the methods. So yeah, going back to our app. So first of all, string name root get string name, taking you back there in the JSON response just to show you what did I do here. Name is here, this is called JSON response, so that is why we wanted the name of the city. String integer temperature root get JSON object main get integer, and what was it? Temperature, because temperature is not openly available here, such as visibility. So that is why we can't just apply get string or get integer like we did for the name. Name is open-ended, but temperature is inside the main. So that is why we have to access main first, and main itself is inside JSON object. So we have accessed main here, and here we are getting the value of it. Okay, integer clouds root dot get JSON object clouds get integer all. So now we will go to our description, because these are the four things that we want to display. And for that, JSON array weather array root get JSON array weather. And if we go here, we can see that our JSON object, our JSON response has the weather, and weather has an array of its own. Okay, in order to get the description, we have to access weather first, and these square brackets uh, indicate an array. That is why we have taken a new array, weather array, and weather array is itself inside the root. Root is our JSON object. So here we will, if weather array length is greater than 0, which it is, so then we will JSON object weather array dot get integer 0 get string, because the description is in string, not in numbers, and we will here write the value, we'll write the name of the variable that contains the value of description. Okay, here we will return new our class name, and here it will give us a hint because we had created earlier a constructor. So description, temperature and clouds. Please put the values that you have assigned here. Don't use these values, they can have same names also, no problem. Okay, we are done here fetching our JSON response. And here I will first of all create our URL, and I'll just copy paste it. Earlier I had shown you the two different kind of APIs that we will create in this case, because this is like, yeah, this is not an easy one app. We are like, yeah, we are not manually entering the longitude or latitude. We want it to happen automatically. Okay, we will create some constants here. Okay, location permission request 0, and static final int small displacement 20, private static final int refresh max interval 10,000, private static final int refresh minimum interval 1000, okay, and private string last request URL. This is we are taking string, and we will use this in the future to, you know, concatenate our values and make a new API link to hit on. Okay, here we will take our views. First of all, we have one edit text, we can name it city name. We have one button which is submit. We have one floating action button, we can take it as refresh. We will take our view because we have merged our whole layout file in one, so we can take it as view. And we can we want a loading indicator. Maybe if you don't want that, you can just take it out, but it's very easy, so maybe you should keep it. It's easy to learn. And here we will take API client, Google API client. We will take one location request, we will take location and name it location. If you see this, just press Alt Enter, or on Mac Option and Enter, I think. Yeah. Here we will implement some methods. Google API client connection calls back comma Google API clients and location services, location listener, sorry. And we will click on implement methods. Here we are, guys, and here we will do the casting of our views. First of all, city name, find view by ID, city name, this is our edit text. The button, for the floating button, we had taken refresh as a variable, so we will just cast it here. and what was that, submit, and view our where we are displaying our output. Okay, great. I think that's it, and we will, for refresh, whenever there is a refresh, we want it to load the data, and whenever there is submit, we are going to add a listener to it. So if city name get text length is equal to 0, because probably all the city names are more than 2 characters. So you have to make sure that whenever user is adding a query, it should, if it's a 1 word, then it should give an error, or if it's a 2-3 words, then it should give an error. Set an error, enter complete city name, maybe we can do that. Yes. Okay, we're done here, and return. And here we will, since we are generating the results by city search, so we will create a new method in here, and also loading data. And here we will go and work with our API client, which is Google, because it is helping us for the location. Builder this, add connection callbacks this, add this, add API. Let me just bring it here. Locations services dot API build. This is done here, and we will create location request, and here we will initialize our loader also. Progress, sorry, it's our progress dialog, but I called it a loader. Okay, we will loading. You can set the message that you like, waiting for GPS. Whenever the activity starts, it launches from the onCreate method. So whenever our app launches, we want the progress dialog to appear, waiting on GPS. Maybe we can say that true. Okay, and we can create this location request right here, although we can do it later. Location request is equal to new location request. Location request set priority high accuracy, and the constant we had created, the interval should be and location request set fast max refresh max. Location request set small displacement. Okay, I think we are pretty much done here, and now what we will do is work on this method. So here we are create a new async task. We're going to create this, pass void pair, and pass our class name that we had created, custom class, and here we will take a string, and yes, So we will we will press this, and we will implement the method, and here we will create a new method, return load data, and we have to override protected void on post execute, and here we will take another pair, current weather data string result, and what we will do here is we will create a switch case result.second. Now here are different cases. On OK we want you can name it anything that you like. In this, like, we are binding the data to our outbox. Bind to outbox. The outbox we have taken here is this. You can name it the way you like. Outbox is something that the box that you have brought from a different layout to the main layout, and here you will break it. Sorry, I forgot here, just to make sure to add the progress dialog here. Yeah, it could be similar to what we wrote above. Loading, waiting on GPS, true. Case city not found. For example, if city is not found, then what message do you want to display? Show city not found dialog. Yes. And break. What if the API key is wrong? Then wrong key. Let's go and add it. Add some toast message. Key is wrong. Okay, break. And by default, if there is any kind of problem, then we wanted to show the dialog, the problem with connection, maybe sometime with our Wi-Fi or location or something, you know. So break, and we'll come down here, we will dismiss our loader, and here we will write execute, and we are done here. So we will one by one work on these methods. Yes, here the text views that we had taken to display our city name and description, and our also the image view, so we will work on that. You can say name here, find view by ID, area name. Do take a look at the layout first before you begin the project, because I have just copy pasted it, but to remember the IDs you have to, you know, take a look first. So no rush, just take a look first in GitHub after you download this project. So let's go, and our temperature, find view by ID, temperature, text view, and we will take description, and yeah, we had one image view, can name it image view, because we are displaying here the weather or the clouds images or something. I named it weather image. So first of all, name, set text, because we had created our fetching JSON response in this class, so this is giving us, and this is helping us to get the strings or the values that we have. So it's get place name, description, set text, get description, because we had created getter methods there, that is why they are coming in handy here. For temperature, you have to remember this a little extra, string.format, otherwise it will display you the temperature like this. Where is it? Let me see it. It's maybe in where is temperature? Yeah, it will show you the temperature like this, but if you want the temperature to appear beautiful, like, you know, in centigrade, and so yeah, you have to do this extra step to convert. I will copy paste the symbol of the symbol that I had, yeah, the centigrade symbol, yeah, here, and first get temperature, and yeah, lastly we will work on our image view. First of all, let's set the color of temperature. So if temp get if our temperature is lower than 8, I want the temperature text to have what color? Get color, r.color. Earlier we had copied the colors there. So if it's less than 8 degree, then the weather the text should be cold. Else if is less than 24 degree, then compare.color this, then it should be a normal color. And if it's more than anything more than 24 degree would show that the weather is hot. Okay, we will work on our image view now for the cloud or the sunny or the rainy kind of images. So let's go and get clouds. Yes, and we will image view, set image resource, drawable, sunny, if the number of clouds is less than 20. Else if 40, then the weather is partly cloudy. Else if it's less than 60, cloud outline, or for all other cases we want the image view to display that it's raining. Yeah, you see here, if you see here, it's showing you these images. So yeah, we are done with this method, and now we will create our second one. If city is not found, what it shall display, and here we will create a dialog builder. Okay, okay. Set title, it should say notice. You can say, like, you can set the text up to you, whatever that you want to. Set message, what messages it should have. It should have the message that city not found. Okay, and set cancelable true. Set positive button null, and cancel and null. Listener is null, and we will show this. Okay, and yeah, this is done here. Make sure to test your app as you go, because right now I'm not testing it because I have to do it on emulator. So yeah, so I have to test it on my sorry, not on emulator. I have to test it on my physical phone, you know. So that is why there is no point in testing in emulator. It's not going to run it anyway. So yeah, let's just keep on working on our app. Yeah, so this method is done, and if there must be, yeah, let me just solve this. We will get this error in the future. The SDK version should be 17 or more than 17. I don't know, I have switched to Mac and it's always showing me the very lowest version of the SDK. So yeah, we will create our, oh wow, I have created so many. Here we are, we are creating a dialog, but in this dialog we are not only sending the message, we are also asking the user for an action. We are if you want to take the user to the setting activity of their Wi-Fi, so we are adding that functionality in this. So look carefully. Set title, notice, set cancelable true, set negative button, new dialog interface, dot on click listener, and here we are going to start an intent. So our our dialog interface displays the Wi-Fi or takes us to our Wi-Fi settings, and here I will set positive button, cancel null. I'm not sure if it's going to be if it's going to be displayed as cancel for canceling. So once we run the app we will see, but these are only text related things, and that can be edited later. Yeah, here we are done with that, and yeah, we have worked on that also. So yeah, we're pretty much going well. And so load data, and yeah, In this we are going to create uh, a request on how to fetch our data from the server. So you have to create a URL connection first. So we will take here current weather data string result. Whatever the result is coming, we are going to store in this, and new pair, and here we will pass our yeah, I think I forgot what do I have to pass here. Let me come to this later. There is something that goes in this, so I'll take a look at it. Yeah, so meanwhile we are going to take an input stream, null. Let me just turn off my emulator because it's just making a lot of noise. It's like making the CPU run even faster. Okay, and yeah, we will use a try and catch URL. New URL, last request URL, HTTP connection, we can name it on. And here we will work with yes, URL connection, URL.open connection, and here we will set our request method, which is get, because we are not posting anything on the server, we are just getting the data. There are few other various methods like post, such as post, because you are posting, like such as you are writing a tweet, so you are writing on their server, so that method is post, just so you know. And connect, that can come later. Set connect timeout 15,000. If I'm not wrong, then it's like 15 seconds or 15 minutes, I think. I'm not really sure about that. Okay, I think yeah, and here we will create a switch scenario. So there are different cases when HTTP URL connection is okay, then what should happen? Input stream new pair, sorry, whenever the stream of input is coming, the buffered input stream helps us to read that data really quickly. So yeah, result new pair, and current weather data serialize IO utils to string uh, input stream UTF-8, okay, and yes, and break. Case HTTP URL connection when it's unauthorized. Result new pair null, not authorized. It's just the cases, so you know, like we know when the error, when something throws an error, so we know that okay, why it could be happening. Break case HTTP URL connection not found. Break. And I think we are pretty much done in here, and yeah, we will apply our catch clause. So there are so many, but you just need the upper two. I always keep the upper two, still learning about them. And apply a finally here. If input stream is not null, try and input stream dot close. And we will apply a catch clause here again. 1 2 3, remember the brackets, that means you're going to write result. Okay guys, like let me just go back to this and make sure that to argument I think I've made a mistake here, but I'm not really sure what do I have to add in here. Object first, object second. Mm, yeah, something is missing here. Let me think. If I can go back to my notes. Okay, yeah, I have to add null and an error. It's just a text, because here we are just adding a random text of our choice according to our case. Okay, that's it. We are done here, and now we will work on our most of the methods are done. Now we will work on this, like we are reaching the end of it, almost 70% is done. If the query, if we are if the user is searching the weather by the city, so we had taken this string above and it's an empty string, so we are going to store data in it. So URL, because that was our base URL here, and yeah, we will use this plus, and the pattern of the if you look at the pattern of if the user is searching by city, so you will see here we, until this point we had already written already copy pasted in our activity, but from here on we have to, you know, write our own strings in order to concatenate or join. So yeah, here we are, and URL, and we will add question mark city name, get text, because it's an edit text, so we are getting whatever the text is like in there, plus sorry about this, let me just open my notes to get the pattern of the city ID. And yeah, I wanted to add some more attributes such as language. If you can, if you want to change the language of I'm trying to find it in the response. Okay, yeah, but that is just if you want to, if you don't want some extra features, you can just add the API key. But here I am also going to show you how to add language. So where is the language method that I had earlier? Because the parameters of an API, like, they are different always, you know, so that is why you can always copy paste them or keep them, because it's hard to remember. Yes, and we want the language in English, and we had added our API key in the strings, or you can hard code it here. So this is creating a complete API link, because here we are adding the value, we are not manually writing it, but whatever the value is being written, it will be stored in edit text and we can get that text. So yeah, we will create a new method, private void generate weather by location. So now here it will change, because we had taken location listener when we implemented it. So whenever location is being changed, we would add this method in here, and whenever we search the city by edit text, then the other method that we had just created will be used. So okay, where is my method? Yes, again, last request URL, and now our URL is going to change, because we are searching the, so we are requesting the weather by the latitude and longitude, the coordinates, the geographical coordinates of our current location. So yeah, here we will get the URL, and first of all latitude. You can go back to the API documentation to see what parameters you have to add. Location, get latitude, and longitude. Okay, location get longitude, and here we will just add this extra parameters. Okay, this is added. Since it's a string, so we have to close it. So yeah, at the end we have to follow the pattern, so we will add our API key. So here is our new API. If the user is searching the location by city, then this will be used. If the user is obtaining the location by the geographical coordinates, automatically whenever the activity is launched, whenever your app is launched, then this link will be used. Okay, moving on. Yeah, we will go to our the methods that were implemented and create some new methods. Start location request. Yes, here we will work with checking whenever our phone is connected, whenever the application is being launched, we want it to ask for the permission, because earlier we had written permissions in our manifest. This manifest permission access file location is not equal to package manager permission granted, and activity compat check self permission. Again, this you can press enter to come down here. Easy to see. Permission covers location, permission granted. Activity compat request null new string taking an array manifest file location manifest permission covers location. So we had created this constant when we started this project. So yeah, you can see that. Return. Here we will use location services, fuse location API, GoogleApiClient location request, and just 1 minute, guys. Location listener is location listener. Yeah, here should be think it's the error is giving me because of maybe some Gradle import was not successful maybe. Anyways, the code is right. I just made sure with my backup code. Yeah, so I think we have to add this because of this is the error is somewhere here. Let me just save and close the app again, or relaunch the app. I know guys, this is a long tutorial, so if you want me to do commentary, otherwise I have like so many videos that where I have just added the music, so if you want me to do commentary, then you have to bear with me. Like, I know I'm not really good at let me just figure it out why it's maybe because of the dependencies or something. It's just showing this error. Mhm. Let's just search it together. I have heard that Google had discontinued their API, something like related with the location or stuff. Yeah, you can see that, but it's working, so it will work. We can come back to it later maybe then. Yes, let's work on a new method. On request permission, result integer request code string dot permission brackets permission int grant results, and here we will super request code permission grant results if location, the constant that we had created, is equal to request code, then we want this method to be used in here. okay, and yeah, and here we will come and write this location because its parameter is location, its value is location, and dismiss our loader and load and bind data and generate weather by location. This is, and we will work on the activity cycle protected void on start super on start. On start we want the client to connect, the API client to connect. Void activity cycle is something that, you know, if you like kill your app by pressing the home button, so what happens. So I'm working on that. I don't have time to explain the activity cycle, so please Google that by your own. Thank you. Super on stop. I think we're pretty much done in here. Nothing new. Let's try running on in here so we can actually see what happens on the emulator. Yeah, there is some sort of error. Component factory android.manifest. Some new error that I have not seen before. So let's just go and check it from internet. What's the issue? Yeah, so as I was saying, I needed a Jettifier in this. Because I have created some other app where I didn't need it this, so I thought then maybe I would do it without it. Okay, default activity, because this error we have to delete. Okay, yeah, that error is also gone. If you look at this, finally, yeah, I was doing the right thing, maybe because of the Jettify was not there, or maybe the files were not synced completely. Okay, error cannot find symbol with symbol. Okay, public extend implements um, implements symbol class app compared activity. This is something new now. Hmm. It is good that like I'm seeing this error, so you guys can also learn if and we are solving it right away at the spot. I think I will just connect my phone and like run it there, and because this is taking really long time and it's kind of wasting our time. Maybe I will edit this part out of video. Where it's gone. Okay, yeah, finally the app is hopefully being launched on this. And yeah, one more mistake that I did was yeah, let me just, if I can see the output here, then maybe I can talk about that. Can't seem to see the emulator now. Just screw the emulator then. What I want to show you is in this method load and sorry, in the bind and box, like where bind to out box, we have to set the visibility of our layout where all these views are available to visible. Remember that we had set it to, so this is, we only want the visibility when there is data to display. Yeah, here we are, and now I will see the output on my phone, and uh, I'll just do the commentary if it shows any error, but if it does, then I will just add the video of the app being run on the phone. But we have done like most of, or maybe all the things, right? We will find out maybe in a second. Yeah, it was a difficult app for me to learn also, and I'm still learning on it. So yeah, okay, yeah, so there is an error. I saw an error on my phone and the app crashed. Let's see, what is it? Okay, yes. Attempt to invoke virtual app request permission. Start location request. Okay. Yeah, I will change it to this maybe. I'm really happy about this uh, being fixed. Yeah, you have to remember like so many dependencies that goes with it, and yeah. Okay, yeah, so app is up and running. So here is the app that we have created, and it's asking us for location. We will allow, and according to my location the weather will be displayed here. This is here, and if I don't write any city name, this was the error message that we wrote when we were working on this method. Let's say I'm searching Sydney. Sydney has this weather, maybe London. Our app is running. Yeah, this is refresh. Let's kill the app, and launch it again. So this was my recent location and this is where I am. Please don't come chasing me, but the app is up and running. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Take care.